Welcome to the Smart Portugal Smart City Life 2020 side event. Here we will have the opportunity to discover how Portugal is leveraging research and innovation to build and deploy smart and sustainable cities globally. In this session, we will explore some of the key game changers in the Smart Portugal ecosystem. Portugal, at the Atlantic coast of Europe, is today a global player in innovation and in investment and talent attraction. With a booming entrepreneurship scene, the country has also been putting research and innovation as the cornerstone to build smart and sustainable cities, answering at the same time citizens' needs and addressing climate emergency, all together with the need to answer the pandemic we face. This side event will present how Smart Portugal ecosystem is nowadays leading the way on smart city solutions and emerging as a global player. This event is hosted by the Portuguese Trade Agency, and I am Miguel de Castro Neto from Nova Cidade Urban Analytics Lab, who will be conducting this session. First of all, let me introduce João Dias, executive member of the board at the Portuguese Trade Agency, for some welcome words.
Welcome to the Smart City Life 2020 and to this digital side event organized by ICEP, the Portuguese Trade and Investment Agency, and Nova University Information Management School. As we all know, cities are natural living labs to test and develop new technologies. And cities concentrate a bigger and bigger proportion of the world population, and because of that, they face big challenges. However, on the other side, cities concentrate huge amount of data due to sensors and IoT, and cities also have an enormous potential for technology use, like artificial intelligence. Data and technology can help our cities to deal with street lighting, water and waste management, noise, air pollution, mobility, and congestion. And with these new technologies, a big increase in efficiency and sustainability can be achieved. In Portugal, we have very highly innovative companies that have helped our cities to become smart. These companies have helped our cities to make the best use of data and technology to increase efficiency in urban planning and urban management, and also to get and become more sustainable and also with better quality of life. So I'm sure that you'll be very surprised and inspired to know the 6 Portuguese companies that you are about to know this afternoon. So I wish you a great session, and I thank you for attending. Good luck.
Thank you very much, João Dias, for your welcoming and framing the context of this session. This session, in fact, will cover both the notion of the city as a platform, as an enabler for data-driven urban innovations, and showcase some flagship solutions from these 6 companies in key sectors such as mobility and tourism. With us, we have 6 companies working in different areas of expertise who are leading the city's transition in Portugal and abroad in a challenging world, seeking to address simultaneously the need to guarantee quality of life to the people that lives, visits, or works in the cities, fight climate emergency, and answer the COVID pandemic. Let me introduce our guests and hear from them who they are and what they do in the context of smart, sustainable cities. Let me start by welcoming Catarina Slava, head of the City Lab at CEIA. Catarina, welcome.
Hello, everybody. From the city of Matosinhos here in the north of Portugal. So CEIA is the Center of Engineering that develops technology solutions, products and services for urban mobility, with a view to accelerate the transition towards carbon neutrality. We develop both mobility devices to be used as services and smart mobility management systems. We have been working with cities and mobility players all around the world, and we work also with international organizations such as the United Nations. So one of our most recent solutions is the Sustainability as a Service platform, which has been considered as a reference case study by the United Nations. We think that the value added of this platform, which is based on blockchain technology, is the integration of mobility and sustainability in a new, unique system. So the platform has three main functions. First of all, the platform quantifies in real time the carbon emissions avoided by people using sustainable mobility modes. For example, a shared electric bicycle instead of a gasoline-powered car. Second, the platform converts the quantified carbon emissions value into green digital credits or tokens, which are called AIR. And the user can access its AIR digital wallet through a sustainability app, which is also used to assess the nearby offering of mobility services. Then third, these tokens can be exchanged for green goods and services, such as mobility services, EV parking, municipal services, and even for paying city taxes, rewarding citizens' sustainable behavior. So to finish, the groundbreaking concept behind this solution is, what if instead of making people pay for emitting, like for example, carbon taxes, we started rewarding them for not emitting? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Catarina Selada. I think it was a wonderful way of starting our session, and with such an inspiration that we establish in the work that you carry out. Following Catarina, we have also with us, now addressing a different area, Fernando Pinto, founder of Mobintech. Please, Fernando, tell us a little bit about what you are doing in Mobintech. No sound, Fernando.
Hi, hello everyone. So Mobintech is a company specialized in the development of mobile analytics and IoT solutions. We develop solutions in both the corporate and the consumer segments, seeking to respond to companies' real needs and valuing a fast, efficient, and secure relationship with the consumer. Smithy is one of the products that we have developed. Smithy stands for Smart Interactive City and is a smart tourism platform. Cities and venues do not know or understand the tourist trends and dynamics. They lack in creating an interactive experience to the users. Smithy is a smart tourism platform that provides real-time analytics and insights to a destination and relevant local and contextual information to tourists and residents. Smithy uses artificial intelligence, big data from several sources, including social networks as well as IoT. So with Smithy, cities, venues, and other businesses can provide a more interactive and real-time experience to users, understand the most visited points of interest, have more information on behaviors and sentiments on the destination, and help also to enhance investments by understanding trends and dynamics in tourism. From a user perspective, Smithy takes a standard tour guide consultation to another level, becoming interactive, personalized, and immediate, allowing the visitor to receive on his smartphone or tablet a set of contextual or local information exactly when he needs it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fernando. Quite interesting. So going from mobility and the environment to tourism, which is in fact a huge source of economic development in several countries at the global level, we move on to hear what Future Compta, a Portuguese company in the IT sector. From the Vice President for Digital Products, Tiago Andrade, what can we expect now from Portugal after these two examples that we have already heard?
Thank you, Miguel. Right now, Comta, Future Comta, as a new name company that we have formed since March this year. We belong to a big engineering group of course, not only in Portugal. We are present in 27 geographies right now, mainly Latin America, Africa, Middle East, and Asia. And of course, we have all these products of efficiency that we deliver it for all the cities. Of course, we are one of the major players, key players on waste management collection, not only in Portugal, but also in Spain, France, Italy. And we are delivered also in energy efficiency in street lighting and buildings, and of course, water efficiency. But I believe also that we are integrated not only with the city in the services of the city, but of course, in the ports and logistics that the city needs to drive and to exist. So we have also cargo logistic platforms and for trains, for ports, and of course landscapes. So we have our own platform, verticals in our own IoT platform, and also we deliver our platform for any kind of player with a public API market where we can deliver efficiency, and then of course AI, big data that we are getting together all the time. These are our cities that we deliver for now, 47 cities that has our own solutions, and of course more than 500 customers in industry services landscape. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Tiago Andrade. I think quite impressive, and also by setting the scene for this vision, not only at different sectors of the smart city construction, but also giving the opportunity to move on and to hear about what Wavecom has been doing in this field with the co-chief executive officer, Mario Rui. Please, Mario, the floor is yours.
Hello, good afternoon. Wavecom is actually a wireless manufacturer company. We are specialized on wireless technologies, and I'd like to show you a video about our products dedicated to small cities. I ask to start the video, please.
Wavecom is actively contributing for the digital transformation of metropolitan areas as a manufacturer of connectivity solutions to either people, vehicles, machines, sensors, or actuators. We manufacture complete LoRaWAN access network solutions, comprising the network core and a wide range of gateways with multiple LoRaWAN interfaces, meaning that we can deliver more capacity and larger coverage from a single gateway. Wavecom's IoT gateway integrates up to 4 wireless interfaces with technologies such as LoRaWAN, 4G, 5 GHz band microwave, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and GPS. Their use, either for backbone or devices connectivity, provides unparalleled flexibility to implement robust and high-performing IoT networks. You specify a territory and we design the network for you. We are also delivering Wi-Fi connectivity solutions for cities and for transportation, namely buses, trams, and trains. Another dimension is the fleet routes management by means of monitoring vehicles' location, timetables compliance, and number of passengers carried between bus stops. People counting on both outdoor and indoor venues is another solution by Wavecom. We present outdoor people counters with over 95% accuracy for outdoor spaces, such as markets, parks, beaches, streets, and squares. Wavecom, connecting everythings.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mario Rui. So this is a sample of how the future is being built in Portugal today. And moving towards this enlarged or augmented vision of the city, let's hear from Jean Barroca, Senior Manager at Deloitte. What is happening there?
Thank you very much, Miguel. So my name is Jean Barroca. I'm part of the Global Center for Smart Cities and Urban Solutions at Deloitte. And we lead, from Portugal, we lead Deloitte's Smart Cities agenda. We are, among Deloitte, we've got 4,000 people working in smart city projects. And the Portuguese firm ended up having this agenda of smart cities and living it globally for several reasons. But the main differentiating factor was the fact that we have heavily invested in the development of technologies and having technologies as a key for finding solutions for urban problems. So even though we do have different services that we're doing at this stage, from policies with the European Commission, World Bank, and these organizations and even nations, we're also implementing strategies for cities, but we're also at the same time developing solutions for smart cities and operating them. So we have centralized in Portugal the development of a smart city operating system called City Synergy, which is our flagship product in smart cities. And we are using Portugal as a living lab. So Portugal ends up being the place where we develop and experiment the innovative smart city solutions that Deloitte is providing globally. And we're very proud of doing that for various reasons. On the one hand, the capacity that Portugal has and the entrepreneurship capacity that we've got, but also the vibrant ecosystem that we're bringing here today as well.
Thank you very much, Jean. I think that's exactly the message that we want to leave today. Portugal is a space of opportunity, not only for the Portuguese companies, but also to other countries and investors that want to come to Portugal. And we can be a really interesting living lab in the context of smart, sustainable cities. And to end up this first round, we have with us Ricardo Vitorino, who is the Smart Cities Research and Development Manager at Ubiware. Ricardo, the floor is yours.
Miguel, thank you so much for the kind introduction and for being possible to participate in this very exciting panel. I've joined Ubiware in 2015, and this is the first year where we are not physically in Barcelona for the Smart City Expo. I work at Ubiware as the head of innovation for smart cities, and I'm very proud to be part of a company which is 13 years old, focused on software development for several topics, namely telecom, smart cities, improving the mobility, energy, and environmental impact of our smart cities. So I really hope that we stop seeing our office like this and can welcome all of you as partners, as visitors, as customers back to Aveiro, in Portugal, where we are based, since we are now all working from home. But as a head of innovation in smart cities, I have to deal all together with my team on new technology, leveraging on research and innovation projects to really tackle the scopes of our two core strategic areas, like smart cities, as I've mentioned, and future telecom. So enabling also proper connectivity for sensorization and digitalization of our urban environment. We do not work alone. We have a really good network of partners. Some of them are here today in this panel, and others are spread out all across Europe, where we have our technology running in more than 55 cities. So I'm really looking forward to this exciting panel again, be participating in Smart City Expo, and I look forward to new opportunities of collaboration. Thanks so much, Miguel.
Thank you very much, Ricardo. I have to tell that the ambition that we had was to be at Barcelona at this moment. That was the initial plan. Unfortunately, that was not possible. We are meeting here in this virtual space, but I think that we can say that we will be there in 2021, all together celebrating life and smart cities. So finishing this first round, as we saw, we have here with us a showcase of Portuguese companies that can and are playing an active role in answering the challenge that we face today. And I'd like to highlight the challenge, not the short-term challenge that we face with the pandemic, but the bigger challenge that we face, and that is stated in the Green Deal with how can we contribute to make Europe the first climate neutral continent by 2050, or even further, to be part or be active players in making and having 100 climate neutral cities in Europe by 2030, as it is the ambition of Horizon Europe. And so this is what we face. We have the challenge of improving the quality of life of people that lives, visit, or works in the cities by giving the city local authorities improved tools to plan and manage the city, at the same time as we have to address the economic recovery from the pandemic and the climate emergency. And my question for this second round of interventions is, how do you see that your company, with the work that you have done, with the experience that you have, can contribute to that future that we must ambition, and that is a challenge for all of us, and only with the contribution of all of us can be achieved. So, going back to the beginning, Catarina Slada, the floor is yours. How can we do this?
Okay, thank you. So we believe that our solution, the Sustainability as a Service platform, will contribute to accelerate this transition towards carbon neutral cities. But since it is a bottom-up and user-centered approach, it will also contribute to build human-centered smart cities. So our sustainability platform is open and agnostic, so it can be integrated with any IoT platform already existent in a city. So our ambition is to deploy this solution in cities all over the world. We have been testing this solution in the city of Matosinhos, in the metropolitan area of Porto. In fact, the city of Matosinhos is our smart city testbed, where we are testing our technologies, our products, our solutions in real-life context and with a strong collaboration with users and with our citizens. In Matosinhos, a local ecosystem has been created, composed of the municipality, mobility operators, energy operators, municipal companies, and of course, citizens and communities. And after 6 months, the pilot has achieved 25,000 users and 18 tons of avoided carbon emissions. However, this is not only about technology. As we know, technology is an enabler, so this concept can be used as a policy tool. For example, the city of Matosinhos has launched an innovative regulation demanding that mobility operators accept payments in air credits and also pay city taxes using these tokens. So in Matosinhos, we are trying to close the cycle, and we are starting to work with energy-intensive industries, high-polluting industries operating in Matosinhos to create a voluntary carbon market at local level. So these companies can offset their locally produced carbon emissions through the acquisition of air tokens. And our platform, our exchange platform, ensures privacy, transparency, and also security of transactions. So the financial recept can be used to create a local carbon fund that will finance green projects in the city, not only in the area of sustainable mobility, but also energy efficiency in buildings, for example, or energy microgeneration. So to conclude, we think that this sustainability approach is even more needed in a time of pandemic crisis, of course, because there is a concern that use of the private car will grow during recovery, increasing, of course, carbon emissions. But we believe that in a post-pandemic world, we have the potential to have better mobility options, more sustainable, inclusive, and smart. But this depends not only on public policies, not only on technology innovation, but also on our individual choices as citizens. So to briefly describe our solution, let's see the video.
What if, instead of asking a handful of companies to pay for the carbon emissions they produce, we started rewarding the millions of people who don't? That is AIR. Download the app for free on your favorite app store. Monitor your carbon footprint. Earn credits from actions that reduce it, like riding a bike to work, choosing electric instead of diesel, or taking the bus. Exchange your credits for products and services from a network of global partners. Partners then use credits to offset their emissions. Result: a better future in your hands and in your pockets. This is AIR. Are you ready?
Thank you very much, Katarina. Are we ready? I think we are, and we must. And having said that, and picking up, trying to summarize what Katarina just shared with us, and I invite you to visit Matosinhos because it's really amazing what is going on there. I would like to remember that this idea of citizen-centric, data-driven policy making is what we are looking for in the near future. And as Katarina said, we have this challenge in mobility. Because of the pandemic, probably we will face an increased use of private mobility options. And but also in the tourism, we have today a very strong impact of the pandemic, and all the tools and approaches that we can use in the near future are vital to this. And so I invite Fernando Pinto also to tell us how can we change the world through the intervention in the tourist sector. Fernando.
Yeah, thank you so much again. So let's do that by taking a look to two project examples that have been implemented. These are two regions, one in Italy with 9 villages and another one in Portugal with 12 villages. Both have very similar needs. So before SMITI, some of the challenges were difficulty in communicating with tourists in the region, make the region more accessible for people with disabilities, share information on what to do and what to visit, understand the tourist behavior, trends and dynamics in the region, aggregate the multiple villages tourists offer as a single one, because we should not always be talking with about big cities, and bring more cohesion to the smart destination by having an integrated approach. So SMITI, as the smart tourism platform, was the defined solution that was able to address these challenges by not only providing a direct answer to each one of them, but also by creating the basis to leverage the investment in the near future by working on the data that was collecting. So how is SMITI able to address the tourist needs? SMITI provides several means of interaction, from web, iOS and Android mobile apps to interactive kiosks that are placed throughout the region. With the SMITI solution, the citizen or tourist has access to the main news, events, trails and points of interest of each destination and closer to him. All the information is at one touch distance and does not require the use of any additional equipment or conventional tour guides. The app also features a visual assistant functionality that converts text to audio and provides specific content, making SMITI more user-friendly to people with disabilities. Innovative is also the option of augmented reality in the search of points of interest, as an example. A key point is the contextual information through beacon interaction, IoT. So when the user is nearby, automatically gets the information without the need to search for it. But while we are creating this experience to the user, what are we providing to the destination? So Smithy relies on a very powerful backend containing a scraper, an API engine that consumes unstructured data, ingests it into the platform, analyzes, and provides meaningful data to the city. It also includes an environment data from our Smithy box, very aligned with the green deals that we are talking today. An artificial intelligence component is responsible for analyzing users' data like behavior, pictures, and comments, helping the destination to understand satisfaction. The AI component also, after analyzing the market data, is supporting the model to predict what is expected to happen in the near future. So, destinations also can understand the fluctuation on hotel pricing, availability, consumer expenditure. By integrating with telco information, they understand what national and foreign users they have, basically better understand people that visit them and have the information to support their decision. While some months ago, we were discussing over tourism, especially in cities like Lisbon, Barcelona, Berlin, among others, today, the impact that we need to discuss is the one that we are having on this COVID time. So we need to prepare ourselves for the post-COVID tourism approach. And we really believe that our smart tourism platform, Smithy, will help you for sure on how to be better prepared. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fernando. I think we have the tools, so let's get the job done. Now we have also from Future Compta, what can we expect? Tiago,
Thank you,
Andrade,
Miguel.
what is going to happen?
Thank you, Miguel, once again. Delivering zero carbon emissions within cities digital transformation. So we have a lot of projects, of course, and a lot of examples to show. I can show you several cities, and of course, all these projects and all these products that we deliver, they deliver essentially zero carbon emissions. They deliver more efficiency to the cities for the services, more efficiency to the citizens, okay? So in Viseu, for instance, that's one of the biggest cities here in central Portugal. We have implemented B2Waste, and of course, we tagged a lot of containers. We have put pay-as-you-throw system, geofencing, tracking, a lot of modules in our B2Waste that makes able to the client to know a lot more regarding waste consumption, waste deliverance, and of course, waste collection operation, okay? In Maia city, one of the biggest cities in northern Portugal, near Porto, we have one of our biggest and oldest clients in also waste management collection. And they have right now nearly 120,000 RFID tagged containers. They are one of the first cities in Europe to have pay-as-you-throw module implemented in real time. And of course, we have delivered for them a BI module and dashboards and KPIs monitoring that allows them to make their operation more efficient and of course, be neutral in carbon emissions in their operation also. In other example, we have water management systems. In this case, in Oeiras city, one big city here, almost high-tech city here near to Lisbon. And they, of course, have our smart irrigation system that allows them to save water depending on the meteo conditions in some of the days, meteo provisions. Of course, they manage all this centrally, and they can predict how much water they will use, not only today, but in the days for coming. Regarding other type of efficiency, smart lighting management, we have this system that we can deliver everywhere in a lot of conditions in terms of communications and of course functionalities. And we have Cascais City as an example here, where also they can manage everything. They have maintenance management, they have the smart management in terms of programs, and of course KPIs and efficiency in terms of consumption. And also for a big closure, the cargo solutions that I was talking about, we believe that ports and railways and of course cargo terminals are very big parts in each city, and of course in Mediterranean cities, in Northern Europe cities. This is a big part in almost the heart of some cities like Lisbon, Setúbal, Porto, and of course Barcelona, everywhere. But these type of systems where you have efficiency here, we can deliver efficiency with less emissions, carbon emissions to the operators and of course to the shipping operators. Okay, so I think that's a big and a very concrete idea from us. And thank you, Miguel.
Thank you very much, Tiago. It was quite impressive, the showcase of solutions for cities. And for all of this to work, everything must be connected. And I think this is the connection link with the next speaker, Mario Rui from Wavecom. What can you add to this?
Hello. Well, we really care about the things. We believe that communications are instrumental and a must-have to the digitization process of the cities and the territories. And so we are very involved on providing communication to the things, not also to the things, but also to the people. And this is so we are a manufacturer of LoRaWAN access networks, the ones that provide a way to best use the batteries of the things and of the sensors and the actuators. And so we are addressing use cases as environment sensorization, water metering, parking sensorization, waste sensorization, lighting control. All of these applications make use potentially of LoRaWAN communications. And so we are providing LoRaWAN connectivity to territories. In an urban scenario, just like this one, so you have the cases of the sensorization of parking spaces. You can have LoRaWAN communicating devices here. Also on the meters, no matter it's water meters, electricity meters, or gas meters, they all can use LoRaWAN communications. And we are providing this level of coverage of IoT communication systems with LoRaWAN technology to address all of these devices that are spread along the territory. So this is a case where, for example, this is in very close to Malaga in Spain. This is a situation in which there is a deployment of a LoRaWAN-based metering solution for water meters for the local municipality. And so you can see here the places where of the meters. And so we are providing the communications for all these water meters. And so the process of collecting the readings becomes automatic, and a lot of value can be created based on that. In terms of Wi-Fi, which is actually also a very important technology, which is spread all over, we have our own technology for guests Wi-Fi users on hotspots, namely on CD hotspots, Wi-Fi hotspots, and we have been deploying these in over 70 municipalities, which means more than 3,000 Wi-Fi access points implemented along Portugal, and an average of 2.7 terabytes daily traffic on the infrastructure that we have already provided to cities in Iberia. Another area in which we are very involved is smart transportation. We are providing gateways to vehicles, namely to trams, to trains, and to buses, so that these vehicles can then provide a Wi-Fi service to their users. For example, we have been able to provide this to the major bus operation in Portugal, which is in city, which means over 800 vehicles, buses and trams equipped with our technology. I mean, the gateways that we manufacture. This means a capacity of 15,000 customers connected simultaneously and over 40 terabytes monthly data. Let me show you a little bit about our video.
Como player na mobilidade urbana de Lisboa, temos a responsabilidade de contribuir para o desenvolvimento e sustentabilidade da cidade e da sua área metropolitana. No domínio de uma cidade inteligente e da sua mobilidade, sabemos que a conectividade é fundamental para os cidadãos. A Carris procurou uma solução que permitisse conectar a nossa frota de 700 veículos e que garantisse o controle individual sobre cada um deles. Além disso tudo, era importante para nós ter a possibilidade de comunicar diretamente com todos os nossos clientes.
Este projeto é um projeto no qual a nós se orgulha, no sentido em que materializa a promessa da transformação digital. É um contexto em que os ativos tecnológicos e as competências especializadas da nós e do seu parceiro Wavecom realmente sustentam iniciativas de transformação da Carris.
A Carris tem agora uma rede Wi-Fi gratuita e disponível em toda a sua frota. Esta solução tem uma autenticação simples e intuitiva e com capacidade para mais de 15 mil clientes em simultâneo. A plataforma disponibiliza ainda uma qualidade de serviço que permite a utilização de todas as plataformas sociais habituais e streaming de vídeo em tempo real. Dá-nos ainda a capacidade de comunicar e fazer campanhas com os nossos clientes.
A nós e a Wavecom juntaram-se para responder ao desafio lançado pela Carris no sentido de dotar a sua frota de inteligência, de conectividade, entregar aos clientes não só o Wi-Fi e o acesso à internet por esta via, como também dotar a própria Carris de ferramenta tecnológica que lhes permita entender o que é que está a passar-se em tempo real com a sua frota, tanto em termos de localização dos autocarros, como de atrasos, como do nível de conforto que os utilizadores da Carris estão a sentir em todos
os dados que oferecem-nos mais inteligência e para imputarmos a qualidade de serviço e tomarmos decisão. Logo, contribuindo para a mobilidade na cidade onde for.
Thank you very much, Mario. Thank you very much for the presentation. Being Deloitte, the global headquarters of Deloitte, being the global headquarters of Deloitte for smart cities in Portugal, I think we are all curious about what can be the future of smart cities from a company that acts and plays a role worldwide. Jean, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Miguel. So when we think about our ambition, we made it very clear. We want to have an impact on more than 1 billion people all over the world and in future generations. And we want to make that through the usage of technology and apply it to cities. And this is very well aligned to SDG 11, sustainable cities and communities. And we're doing that by positioning ourselves through 3 main pillars, I would say. The first one is to go beyond consultancy. So being a professional services firm, it is important to us to show the world that we're not just providing professional services, we're actually developing solutions these days that fix the problems of cities. The second pillar is being an ecosystem player. So the fact that we're here today and the way we collaborate with universities such as Nova, but also companies and startups, and the way we collaborate with the ecosystem makes us think that the only way to really fix urban problems is actually to be in partnerships with the rest of the ecosystem. And the third aspect, I would say, it is to be a super connector. So Deloitte has a global network all over the world. We have connection to cities all over the world. We work with more than 400 cities every year. And being a platform to share knowledge, experiences, lessons learned, but also becoming a platform to make solutions known worldwide is part of the way we position in the ecosystem in Portugal, and we want it to be global as well. When you are just 1% of the Europe's population, you can only aim to become global if you're doing it through the combination of three factors. The first one is being digital, so being enabled by digital technologies. The second one is doing it based on data. And the third one is, again, doing it with human-centered design, so focused on people and on the needs of people. And that's how we've done it also, and just to tell you a short story of how we've done it in Cascais, responding to the COVID-19 situation. Cascais wanted to test 100% of their population. We had our solution and we partnered with the municipality. We have integrated with all the municipal systems, so with all the ambulances. And every time there was a suspicious COVID-19 case in Cascais, the control center had an alert, and that alert was fully integrated. But not only that, also we have integrated with all the laboratories. So every time a person wants to do a COVID-19 test in Cascais, they just need to call the municipality, and we provide them real-time vision of all the occupancy of all the labs, and also in return, also a view of the COVID-19 cases that were detected every day. The capacity to react fast, the capacity to provide solutions, and the capacity to respond with technology to major challenges like the ones of COVID-19 is actually what we want to do, and it's what we're trying to do in Portugal as well.
Thank you very much, Jan. I think this is particularly important, since I strongly believe that the smarter cities were the ones where the fight to COVID has been more efficient. And so to finish this second round, I give the floor to Ricardo Vitorino, sorry, from Ubiware to wrap up the panel. Thank you, Ricardo.
Thank you, Miguel, once again. I think that to showcase what we think is the best future for cities is to help them and co-create with them the sustainability by design. And we have a flagship product I would like for everyone to watch in a video we've published here that showcases the urban platform, a solution that basically aggregates several trends that Gartner has forecast to be massively adopted in the upcoming years, and we are providing it as of right now. So if the technical team could please upload the video, I'll try to keep up with it during this slot.
Let's do it.
So essentially, this is a demonstration of the urban platform, our flagship product for smart cities. And this video comprises the demonstration of using it in the city of Barcelona, because we go every year to Smart City Expo as today. And it's very efficient to see that a city that has so many sensors and open data available, how we can set it up really easily and provide cloud services for government with the real-time status of what's happening in the city. So as a strong stakeholder with several units focused on mobility environment, a municipality needs to be able to correlate the information, analyze what's happening in real time in the city, and being able to customize what they are viewing, not only the 2D and 3D visualization, but also comparing it with what CCTV cameras are recording, comparing the environmental impact with traffic, and being able to actually customize and filter what's really relevant for their certain scenario in a pandemic or in a regular situation. So we provide this capability of aggregating all in a customizable map, but also to allow for a city to establish its own control center with a live video wall where they can see exactly what's happening through the several roads and streets of their city, And we can provide with customizable and video analytics on top of this. So detecting parking occupancy, counting cars, doing some analysis like we are doing in Helsinki and the project UrSense. Since the city is comprised of a lot of communities that work, live, and visit, we need to get feedback from the community. So we provide customizable workflows that they are able to get data from any element of the community in terms of incident reporting, feedback on an event, requesting for support because of a pandemic, because of an accident, and for the city to have its own custom workflow. If they need to involve a certain stakeholder, call them directly or get an assessment first, they can do this. They can see it on the map, they can plan the route, they can do their own logistics like we do for our custom software development, for our typical work. So the idea is to have this proper workflow. But since we are collecting a lot of data, we also need to provide the analytics that supports decision making. So we all are thinking that the pandemic has changed our habits, but how can we assess them? We have the data that can provide that. So we can use different charts, different layouts to really assess the environmental impact that the stay-at-home measures have created, that the new fleet of buses have been impacting, the investment on electrical scooters. How has this been impacting the environment and the mobility constraints? And this is what we can offer. But furthermore, and speaking of sustainability, we have goals for 2030, we have goals for 2050. We need to become more sustainable. And our vision is to provide standard KPIs based on international standards, international norms to give this framework. But this is not just for cities like Barcelona. We follow open source and flexible modular architectures that allow us to enrich any city. Start small, start with a few data sets and grow with it. That's how we are doing in Guimarães and other cities in Portugal, and in research projects like FICARE. So this is what we are looking for and working at this time. And I really hope you enjoyed it, and feel free to reach me for more information or any updates on our projects. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ricardo. I think it was quite a wonderful way to finish this. I would like to thank you all very much for sharing with us the future of cities that is already a reality and challenges all of us to become part of the city's transition already in progress around the globe. Thanking the Portugal Trade Agency to make this session possible, I will now give the floor to a final intervention from the local government. All of this is only possible if local governments believes and invests and support these actions, bringing together companies, academia, and the local authorities. And so I give the floor to António Almeida Henriques, Mayor of Viseu and Vice President of the Portuguese Association of Municipalities, where he coordinates a section entitled Portuguese Smart City Municipalities Group, to take the floor and make the final remarks of our side event on Smart Portugal. Thank you very much to you all, and see you in Barcelona next year.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to join you in this digital work session. My name is António Almeida Henriques. I'm the Mayor of Viseu, the largest and the most important city in the center of Portugal, and we are proud of our history. We have more than 2,500 years of history, and during the different moments of our history, we were a very important city in our nation. Tradition and with innovation is the secret. During the last 5 years, we fixed more than 1,000 engineers in Viseu, and this is the result of our strategy of happy and smart city of Portugal. And today we have more cities in Portugal that have also the same strategy, and Viseu is also a living lab in my city. I'm also the president of the network of smart municipalities that belongs to our National Association of Municipalities. At our country, we have more than 40 cities with an integrated strategy, and more than 100 who are taking this route, connecting citizens, mobility, energy, environment, data sharing. Many are the themes present in the strategy we are implementing. And bringing together cities, universities, and technological companies, we have built solutions that are implemented in Portugal and can be applied in other countries as well. Ladies and gentlemen, technology is not a hand, but a way to make citizens happier and allow more effective management in the financial resources we have. I hope that this experience went well and that we will meet next year in Barcelona and also in Portugal to discuss the strategy of smart cities. Thank you very much for your attention.